Everybody, welcome back to War Buddies. I am still on a train. I'm on a different train this time. It doesn't look like a hostage video now. It's because it is 10 o'clock in the morning, Mountain Time, and we are just beginning our transit of the Rocky Mountains. So it is stinking gorgeous right outside this window. We're going in and out of tunnels, so the light clicks on off. Just don't worry about it. Got a good number of questions from the last video. Apologize for the audio desync on that video. I don't know what was going on. It's probably because I'm processing the video on like a 6-year-old tablet and it doesn't like it, but we'll keep these videos short. It'll be fine. All right, I pulled up a handful of questions, all the ones I was able to pull so far before we lost cell reception. And we're just going to get straight into it. So thank you guys for leaving questions. You're welcome to leave some more. I'll be doing some filming at Valhalla, but I will probably post that when I get home and I can edit it properly. But I'll do some more Q&A on the return trip because I'm taking the same 3-day trip back at the end of the week. I don't remember the dates. So let's get right into it. I'll try to do this in fewer cuts, see if that's easier on the processing. So our first contestant is Savage Brewski, who has a fantastic War Machine YouTube channel. Go check him out. And he asks, what am I bringing to Valhalla to play with? This is the first year I'm not bringing any 40K. Because I usually bring a lot of it, and then I barely end up playing 40K. I'm bringing Fallout Wasteland Warfare, so I can demo that. Demoed that last year. We had a great time, so I'll be doing more games of that. Be bringing Warcaster to demo, and also to play against my friend Jeremy, who is awesome, even though he's a stinking marcher. We're about to go into a tunnel, I think. And some stuff from Riot Quest, mostly to paint. Some D&D stuff, just minor things. I'm kind of traveling light this year. I want to spend more time doing board games and hanging out, and less time just kind of hunkered down over a gaming table. So that's the plan. I got 2 Battlefront bags. And that's kind of all I'm bringing for luggage. All right, Martin Cresser says, 3 days on a train. I come from the UK. I think the longest we can do is 8 hours. Yeah, the UK's, I don't know, I'm not going to say small, because it's all relative, right? But here in the US, we kind of do this thing where we measure distances in terms of time. Like, I can tell you that the game store I use is 15 minutes from my house. Couldn't tell you how many miles it is. It's 15 minutes. So it's 65 hours on a train, all told, spread over like 3 days. Math, I don't know. Your actual question, what got you into Fallout Wasteland Warfare? The miniatures. Been a fan of Fallout for a long time, been a fan of miniature gaming since 2001. And the day that Modifius announced that they were doing Fallout miniatures, I was hooked. I think I posted about it even. And I was like, this causes me to salivate, which is about the highest praise I can give anything. And yeah, I put off buying it for a while, and then I bought them just for the models, because that's how my addiction started. Just get for the models, and then I get into the battle reports and the gaming and the demoing and all that kind of stuff, and now it's a big part of the channel. So it's been a cool evolution, but it was the models. It was the love of the Fallout franchise, plus really amazing looking models. That's what did it. Joshua Smith is my brother. One of the guys who got me into War Machine. He's a complete trooper who helped keep me, stayed on me until I got into it. What is your favorite game to paint? What is your least favorite game to paint? I gotta say, I'm liking Riot Quest for painting. I really am. Because there's so little batch painting involved. Every model is very unique. Speaking of, I'm gonna sidetrack real quick. Painting on a train, actually not that bad in terms of the shaking. I've got like 4 Riot Quest models I've been painting on last night and all that. The shaking's not so bad because the whole train's moving. You kind of get your sea legs after a while. You learn not to rest on things. You take this arm that's got the miniature and you anchor it to your chest. Take this arm that's got the paintbrush, you anchor it to this hand, and you can just kind of move with everything. The problem actually lighting. Funny I should say that. There's a tunnel. The lighting in here is pretty terrible because it's not meant for that. So if you do want to paint on the train, I do recommend, and I'm going to bring next time, a lamp. Because otherwise, we got these little glow lights, but they don't provide much illumination here. My least favorite game to paint? I don't really know. I mean, I'm mostly a painter, I'm mostly a hobbyist. So painting's kind of my thing. I will say when I first got into 40K, I was collecting Tyranids. They still have a weird scaly bug place in my heart. But I didn't like painting them. Just, it was so much of the same thing over and over. You couldn't individualize, you could customize like the bases or things that they were doing, but for the most part it was literally clones of the same model, because that's what the Tyranids are. And it wasn't until I switched from Tyranids to Chaos Space Marines that I really started to enjoy painting a lot. We're going to take a quick break now because it's beautiful. Our next question is from EWM Board Gamer. Where is Kit? Who is taking care of Kit? You didn't leave him with your car, did you? Yeah, so if you don't know, Kit is the War Budgie, our little squishy bird. She is staying with my wife. Wife's not able to come out. Here's a tunnel. So my wife is taking care of her, and Kit is closely supervising my wife because Kit runs the household. That's kind of the rule in our house. We serve the bird is the princess, the bird gets whatever she wants. So, for the rest of your question, man, I bet he's at a strip club with your credit card. He might very well be, or she might. Kit is actually a he, but when Kit was a little bitty bird, like right out of the egg when we were raising her, we couldn't tell. And so we started calling her she, and it stuck. So, you'll hear me call Kit a she, Kit's actually a he. Don't tell Kit. And there at the bottom, hey, get Miranda to play you a game of Warcaster. I will ask Miranda. Miranda's usually pretty busy at these things because she's the one who puts them on and actually runs Valhalla. We can usually rope her into a couple of games here and there, but for the most part it's her show. So I will ask though. I can probably get Jeremy into one. Alright, what else we got? From Borks a lot. Oh, this is a good one. If your hobby budget wasn't limited, what is the one hobby project or trip you would do unquestionably? Budget includes time, money, ideas, whatever it is that would hold you back. Ooh, I like this. I like this very much. I'm going to make that 2 questions. Hobby project or trip. So the hobby trip is one of the things that's on my bucket list. It is, like most people in this hobby, Warhammer World. I want to go to Warhammer World. My family was actually from Nottingham originally, like way back in the day before they went to freaking Texas. So I could probably rope some people into that and tie that into like a family event. But mostly, I want to go see Warhammer World. It looks absolutely amazing. For hobby project, that's a tougher one. That's a really tough one because a lot of the really crazy ideas I've already started doing. Like the Titan. Making the Titan move. That's a thing I just decided to do one day. If I had a truly unlimited budget and all that, what I would love to do is going back to the Warhammer World thing a little bit. If you go to Warhammer World, or you look at pictures of it, they have these diorama tables, and they're absolutely amazing. And it's this super detailed terrain and all these miniatures, and they're posed and painted dynamically to form these like battle scenes and all that. And one of the things that I loved when I first got into this hobby, and even when I was a kid, if you go to like Civil War battlefields and all that, there's usually one. Like, you go to Shiloh, there's this little 3D map where they've got the little figurines arranged like battle lines and all that, and I always thought that was cool. And what I would love to do is have just like a museum hall. Yeah, unlimited budget. We're doing a museum hall, the War Budgies Wargaming Showcase, and just have giant like 6x4 tables that are all foam textured, beautiful 3D terrain. You're gonna get models, all sorts of stuff on there. So one, you could do like a Fallout settlement, like a full-on built-up Fallout settlement with invading super mutants. Have one that's a War Machine city, like street fights happening and all that. A Warhammer board with apocalyptic level things going on. Lights, sounds, all that kind of stuff. Museum level stuff. That would be the plan. Make something that people could come and see these games the way I see these games. That would be the goal. Our next question is from William Connerly, who says, not great Amtrak service where I'm at. How are the restrooms? Oddly specific, but actually a very good question if you're traveling long distance. I find it varies. So here in the US, we've only got the one rail line that I know of, Amtrak, and it goes all over the place. But within Amtrak, there's different trains that run different routes. And the different routes, I find, can be as varied as different airlines. So let me explain what I mean by that. When I started off on this journey of shenanigans on Wednesday morning, I left from Norfolk and went up to Washington, D.C. on the Northeast Regional. And that's, as the name implies, it's a regional. So it just kind of runs up and down the East Coast, ferrying people back and forth. There's no sleeper cars or anything. It's very much of a mass transit sort of thing. So the amenities are a bit lacking. It's still, honestly, I mean, you get nice wide seats, you get an aisle, you can walk up, move around, all that kind of stuff. It's still a great experience. Better than flying. But its goal is to get you where you're going and back, and that's it. From there, I hopped onto the Capital Limited, which was a train I was on when I made the last video. And that ran from Washington, D.C. out to Chicago. A little bit of a nicer train. And I think that's because they know you're going to be on it longer. In support of that theory, this train is the California Zephyr, which runs from Chicago to somewhere in Australia. California. Probably not Australia. I'm not going to be on the stream for that long. Somewhere in California that I don't remember the name of. It essentially runs the whole way to the coast. And this, by far, has so far been the nicest train. It's got the observation car, it's got the cafe, the dining car, all that. Very, very nice. So I think there's a correlation between how long you're going to be on the train versus how nice things are. But the restrooms are nice. I'm back on a 2-level car. We've got one restroom up here that services all these rooms. Downstairs is a little compartment. It's got 3 restrooms and a shower. The shower is super, super nice to have, just to feel refreshed. So I'm biased because I like trains and I like traveling on trains, but amenities, pretty spot on. And we'll go and wrap it up there because we're going through a lot of tunnels. Because I don't want to fry my laptop, and it's having a hard enough time condensing this stuff as it is. So the next update you'll see will be in about a week and a half or so. When I'm leaving Valhalla, I'll be on the same train, the California Zephyr, just going in the other direction. So we'll do the same thing. I'll answer some questions and all that. If there's anything that you guys want to know, anything you want to talk about, anything you want me to film or try to film at Valhalla, more than happy to. Drop a comment below. So until then, I will see you soon-ish. Thanks for watching.